Yes, ma'am. Okay, page 103 in grammar. Talking about adjectives, you guys already know what those are. They describe the noun or pronoun. Oh, yeah, we're talking about cumulative. Did we talk about coordinate adjectives last time?
I think so.
We did. Let's see, did we? Because there's coordinate, yep. Cumulative. We're talking about coordinate today. So cumulative, and I showed you the little video from Khan Academy. Okay, the DOSA scomp. Does that ring a bell? Okay, so it says often two or more adjectives become before a noun. In week 17, you learn that adjectives are cumulative if the first adjective describes the second, excuse me, and the noun that follows. The adjectives are coordinate if each adjective independently describes the noun that follows. So there's a comma rule here. Coordinate are the ones that have in the same category. Remember how that each letter for dosa scomp, and we're going to look at that in a second, is a different category. But the comma rule says because the order of coordinate adjectives is not important, you can remove it, you can reverse it and change it. The adjectives are separated with a comma. So use a comma to separate coordinate adjectives. Two tests help you determine whether the adjectives before a noun are coordinate or cumulative. If you can you reverse the order? Can you add and between them? If you answer no, the adjectives are cumulative. Do not use commas. If you answer yes, the adjectives are coordinate. Use a comma. So the example in the middle of the page says Mowgli swam in the cool, cleansing stream. The two adjectives cool and cleansing describe the noun stream. So you do the test. Are they coordinate adjectives? Do they need a comma? Reverse the order. The cleansing cool stream? Yes, you can reverse the order. Can you add and between them? The cool and cleansing stream? Yes, you can add and. So that means you need a comma. You can do all that mentally pretty quick when you're looking at these, but and then Mowgli swam in the cool, comma, cleansing stream. Okay, and then down at the bottom says fix it, add a comma between coordinate adjectives. So you just have to decide, are they coordinate or are they cumulative? Mowgli pulled a thorn from the tender, inflamed paw. Tender and inflamed are, I guess they would be considered opinions. The chart on page 104 is the dosa scomp. On this chart, though, the first one says quantity is a Q. So right next to that, I put the word determiner right next to quantity. I'll write it up here. And that goes with the dosa scomp. So determiner, it just basically is another word to describe the quantity, or it could be like an article. And then next to that big chart, just I would put dosa scomp to help you remember. Dosa scomp. Each letter stands for a category. So D would be determiner, opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, purpose. And down below that just says the same thing we just talked about. So you look at the sentence, see the adjectives. If there's two in a row, do the test. Can you reverse it? Can you put and in between? If the answer is yes, you put a comma. If the answer is no, then no comma. Any questions about that? You're good. You're writing them out. That's good. Yeah, it's just a little acronym trick like fanboys to help you remember the order. Okay. When you're ready, Audrey, can you read the sentence today?
Scrambling up the jagged, rocky hill, Mowgli spotted Bagheera, who eagerly hailed them. Mowgli ran toward him.
Yeah, okay. So them sounds weird there. That's not right. What should it be instead of them?
Him.
Him. So go ahead and fix that first. Are you done? Okay. So them, after it says who eagerly hailed them, it should be him. So just draw a line through it and put him, that's a usage error. The vocabulary is hailed, basically calling out to get somebody's attention. Fix it first. We usually do that now, huh?
Yeah.
Indent, just a paragraph symbol. Capitals, that's easy. Are you ready for commas yet? Can you figure out the commas? Might need to find the clauses first. Let's come back to that one. Do you see where the two end marks go? I mean, I know there's one at the end, but where's the other one?
After him.
After him,
So
after
got the
hailed
comma.
him. Yeah, take out the comma and put a period after hailed him. And then we already fixed the usage. Okay, so now I'm gonna, there's lots of ways you can do this. Well, obviously the who clause is there. That's easy to find. Go ahead and find the who clause. Put parentheses around that. Do you see it there, Oliver?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Who to him.
Who to him, W/W. And then to find the main clauses, it helps to have the subject verb pairs. So let's do verbs. So Oliver, how about you find the verbs and then Audrey can do subjects.
Rambling, right?
Actually, that's gonna be a participle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not gonna count as a verb.
Okay. Spotted,
Spotted is a verb.
ran, and hailed.
Ran and hailed, good. Spotted, ran, and hailed. And subjects, Audrey?
Mowgli for spotted,
Mm-hmm,
and then who for hailed,
mm-hmm.
and Mowgli for ran.
Good. Now you got your subject verb pairs. I will give you a clue that the opener is not part of the main clause in that first part of the sentence. So, Oliver, do you see the first main clause?
Mowgli to Bagheera.
Yes, good. So Mowgli spotted Bagheera is a main clause. And then what's the other main clause?
Mowgli to him.
Yes. I was going to have Audrey do it, but that's okay. You got it. At the end, Mowgli ran toward him. This isn't so bad.
Yeah.
How about the prepositional phrases, Audrey?
Toward him,
Mm-hmm.
and up the jagged rocky hill.
Yes, good. Up the jagged rocky hill. So we've got,
Do you put a comma between jagged and rocky?
yes, you do, because you can reverse it and you can put and there and it works. So they're coordinate. Good. So the comma goes between jagged and rocky. There's another comma we need in there.
Between Bagheera and who?
Yes. So between the main clause and the who clause after Bagheera is another comma. That's
That's
two.
all of them.
Wait, what was that last comma?
Oh,
Between Bagheera and who?
Okay.
did you get the one after hill?
Yes.
I knew there was one there.
That's
Between
because
hill
it's an
and hill.
opener. Yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 5 words in that prepositional phrase. So it needs to, you need a comma after hill and then Bagheera, and then you take out the one. Yep, that's it. And then the openers, how about you each do one? So what's the first opener, Oliver?
Number 4.
Number 4.
ING opener.
ING opener, very good. And then the other one?
One subject.
Nope.
What?
How many words are there?
6 VSS.
6 VSS. There's only 4 words, so it's a number 6 VSS. Otherwise, it would be a subject opener, so you were right. Sort of. Sort of. Okay, was that everything? You guys are fast. I think that's everything. They're writing their sentence. I should smack them, but I'm not going to because there's just 2 of you here today, so. Your sentence. Oliver, did you get to work on your paragraphs this week or have you turned it in yet? Because I didn't see it early
Yeah,
this
I
morning.
tried.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. I saw yours, Audrey. Let me check really quick.
Also, I noticed right before I actually left to come here,
Yeah?
it said the second and third paragraph. so I only done a second. I'll
You
work.
only did a second, okay, that's all right. That's all right. I wanted to see where you guys were at. Cause it was a lot. That was a lot of homework. I just put like a couple notes on yours. I don't know if you saw it yet.
fixed it.
Oh, perfect. Yay. Did you turn it back in?
I might have forgotten to do
I
that.
think you forgot to do that. So
I
maybe
was
later.
rushing to try to do it before we left.
That's
but it
okay.
was just-
Just when you get home, you can submit it and then I'll fix
Okay.
it. And then Oliver's. I don't see Serena's yet. Oliver, don't forget the bibliography too at the
Okay.
end. It looks good. I haven't read it, but it looks like I don't see your topic clinchers in your second paragraph, but I'm gonna send it back to you though, so you can work on it and then send it back to me. But I see it there. Okay, so you're pretty close. How was that? I just have to ask you guys, how did that go? Was it hard to do? No, not too
I
bad.
just didn't want to do it.
I understand that.
I'm
That's-
a historical person of choice.
yeah.
My only problem was trying to find like actual sources that worked, because I had this original one. It was an actual like government site, and then once like Trump was actually voted into office, the entire page
You
decided
told me
to
that.
shut down.
It was
It's like,
gone.
come on.
That's so weird. So maybe it wasn't reliable then, if it was
Yeah,
already
I
shut
couldn't
down.
find very good sources either. And they wouldn't let me
I
print
feel like-
them and
I feel like it's getting harder to find sources now on the internet, especially with AI and all that stuff too. Well, we're gonna do another research later, so this week's gonna be a little bit easier because you guys are gonna actually pick a person you know. And it can be somebody in your family, probably not Bo, okay, Oliver?
I don't want to do like Diamond Legacy. Yes, yeah.
No. But there's not much to say about Bo's life yet. I mean, I know he's learning a lot. I get it.
I could
but-
just send you 3 photos and maybe some rare photos of presidents as well.
What?
Money, rare photos of presidents.
Yeah, I understand. No, you can't bribe your teacher. That's wrong.
Oh, I mean, 4 Benjamins.
4? You don't even have 4
I
Benjamin.
have 4 Benjamins.
You would give them to me.
And I have a $2 bill. too.
You would give me 4 Benjamins just to not do this homework.
Yes.
No, I don't believe you. No way. You're saving up for something, I'm sure of it. Okay, so do either of you want to read what your paper says? You don't have to, but you're welcome to. No, it's okay. I really like, because I was all into Little House on the Prairie when I was
yeah,
young.
we just read through all the books 2 years
It's really
ago. the
cool.
last
I never read the books, but I heard they were really, really good. I should read them. But I really like the show. I
one.
watched the
Which
show.
one?
The original show with
Oh yeah, we own all those, but half of the discs are
Michael
missing or
Landon.
scratched.
Oh yeah. Aw. Yeah, I heard you could put peanut butter on that.
Ew!
And then somehow it makes the scratches go away. I don't know. Check with your mom.
And well,
You're like, your mom's like,
one time, one of my friends, he came over. We were at our old house. It's actually Sioux Street. We had this disc of a game. It was Toy Story.
Oh.
It was a Toy Story. Xbox
oh,
360.
classic.
I
Whoa.
really liked it. It was. I want to say it was the 3rd one. Yeah, because it was with the pink bear.
Oh,
Lotso. Yeah. But anyway, my friend came over once, and he's like, "Let's play a game together, right?" I also had like Disney Infinity and like a bunch of
Oh,
older
that's
games.
oh, that's cool.
But I go to the bathroom, I come back, and he has our sponge, and it's like one of those sponges where you remember that one SpongeBob episode where it's like that, like where his back half is like that scratchy, like
Oh, yeah.
side. I see him holding that and holding the disc, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like,
Why would he even do that?
I made him buy a new one for me.
Oh, was he being mean or was he
I
just?
don't know what he was doing. I'm so confused.
That's really weird. That's not normal.
Yeah.
That's really strange. Well, I'm glad I got you a new one, so. Okay, so you don't have to read your paper today. That's okay. But I just wanted to know, how did you do? It was hard with the sources, but once you got what you needed, was it
Yeah.
okay? I mean, okay. So the sources is gonna be an issue, and so what I might do next time is just go to the library. Maybe we could just have class. Actual
I don't
books.
think there's a book about my brother-in-law though.
No, for this assignment, it's gonna be from your head. Okay, so what you're gonna do is get out week 13. Let's go ahead and get that out. If you're done, yeah, if you're done with this
All
one,
of these actually most of these need to go in my finished binder.
yep, okay,
Like all of these do, like,
yep.
because all my sources are.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have your finished binder with you or at home? That's fine. So when you get home, you can put all that away. So we're done with week 12, unless you're still working on it. Keep that stuff in there. It's week 13. Someone you know. I recommend someone that has an interesting story, or maybe somebody that you know that's in the military, or just somebody old like grandma and grandpa, or somebody that you know that's interesting, maybe somebody at church. Now you don't have to interview them, but it might help if you need to find out specifics about them. But can you guys think of anybody in your life that is interesting? that you might want to- Oh, good. And did you think of somebody?
Both my great grandparents are still living.
That's
and,
awesome.
My great grandpa had so many stories, but the problem is he's the one who normally gets interviewed for the school project, so I think I was gonna do my great grandma.
Oh, okay. Well, she might have something you don't even know about yet. That would be cool.
Every time they come over, there seems to be a different story that's.
That's really cool. I just think old people like that are just super fascinating, especially your great grandparents. So do you know how old she is?
She's turning 92 or 93 this year.
Okay, so my dad is actually that age. They had me late in life, but he remembers before electricity, and he remembers before automobiles, and like, yeah, it's crazy.
He was back when cowboys were around.
Right, when cowboys were around and they had an outhouse, they didn't even have a bathroom in the house, and he remembers Pearl Harbor. He was alive during that time. I think he was 9 years old at that time, and he remembers how scary it was at school when he was young. Had to put on those gas masks, and it's crazy. And look where, I mean, he sees me get on the phone and he's like, I don't understand that. He has no idea. He has a little flip phone.
Burner phone.
Yeah, seriously. You can't do any texting or anything on it. It's like beep, boop, boop, boop.
Gonna press the same button like 4 times just to get one.
It's really bad. He was having problems with his phone the other day, and I'm like, Dad, I can't help you. Your phone is like ancient. So anyway, so that's a good one. I think that's a good idea. How about you?
What
Somebody in your life that you would be interested
What
in?
if you were like, okay,
Oh no.
hear me out.
There's always these what if.
No, so we went to where is it? Remember, it was down south. We went to Arizona once. We were at a
Okay.
hotel, and I hear this grandpa or something. I don't know his
Okay.
name. But he was talking, and he was like stories, and it was like him back when he served in World War II.
Oh, you don't know him though?
I don't know him, but I just hear, I
You
shot
remember?
a guy. I shot like 5 guys, like eating breakfast, like my horribly cooked potatoes because I don't know what was wrong in that.
Oh,
And then I turned, and I just see him.
it's
like,
funny
little-
how he
little
remembers the
medals.
details. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
But,
What about somebody you do know though?
I mean, my grandparents were.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might ask my great grandma.
Do you have any aunts or uncles that are in the military? I always thought it'd be interesting to interview
I
somebody.
did have a grandpa in the military, but he passed away. Not
Mm.
from, but
Yeah,
heart
okay,
attack. Yeah.
okay. So go ahead and get a piece of lined paper out, because what we're gonna do is brainstorm a little bit here. Go ahead and put your name and date on the upper left-hand side. Oops. And then we're gonna list some people. Today is February 2nd, right?
No, it's the third.
No, I think it is the third. Yesterday was
The third, man. Okay. And you're just gonna put list, skip a line and just put list of people. And these are people you know, okay? So you can put like for you, you'll put your great grandma, any friends or people at church maybe, or anybody that you remember told stories. So you want to think of people, you want these kinds of information. You want to find out about their childhood growing up, maybe their hobbies, maybe their accomplishments in life, maybe so, and it's easier to pick somebody that has something that stands out about them. Maybe they live in a different place than Tehachapi. Can you think of anybody? It could even be your mom or your dad.
How far would they have to like live?
They don't have to be far. They don't have to be, it could be somebody, like I said, even at your own house, your mom or your dad. Maybe your dad has, you could ask your dad about his childhood. Like, what did he do for fun as a kid? That was before your dad, it was probably before,
cell phone.
yes. Yeah. Or somebody at church, maybe a teacher that you've had in the past. Don't write about me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have a teacher that broke her tooth and went to Mexico. I did. It's fixed. That's funny though. That would be funny. I guess you could write about me if you wanted to.
We all might just be coming asking you questions.
Well, you already know about my farm mostly. I think both of you have been to my farm. No? No? I don't, maybe Serena hasn't either. Victoria has. When I did the that
A little horse.
yeah, it was a harvest festival. Yeah.
October, right?
Not this last year, but the year before. So got to follow her back there. Okay.
Yoga ball recently. I can't really fall over on things now. We got like one of those giant yoga balls, you know, and me and my brother we'll just like we'll grab it while they're sitting on it, we'll just pull it out from under them.
Oh,
So
nice. That's so nice. You could, I was gonna say you could write about your brother, but I don't know, there's not a whole lot to write about. That sounds mean.
no, it's very understandable.
It's understandable. Oculus, that's pretty much about it, right? I mean, I remember that in the Zoom. Are you thinking of other people? That's good. That's good. We need to help Oliver.
Okay, what did
Oh.
you say the time period was to when you actually know someone?
There has
Just
to
somebody
be
you know.
Birthday party come, like, you have to know them all enough.
You do have to know enough about them to write about them. So not just know of somebody, but actually know them. What about your sister in Yosemite? She's going to, has she been on any other mission trips?
No, so I
Oh.
can't, you know.
Okay. Aunts, uncles, cousins?
No. I mean, I could write about one of my cousins. He's not like in the military or something. He's like a giant. Like he's pretty tall. I want to say he's 6'5" or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
that's
he
tall.
was a lucky one in the family.
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
What does he do?
Do
you know about him enough?
I mean, I haven't. Him and his family moved to Texas, so I'm not like I'm not really talking to him. And he has a job at Whataburger.
Oh, Whataburger. I've been there before.
Yeah, but I mean, he's huge. Like it's scary sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's super quiet too.
Oh, okay.
So he'll just sneak up on you and you turn around and you see the 6'5" guy. Like, I almost hit him once. That was almost a mistake.
That would have been bad. All right, well, I think your grandpa then, I think is gonna be a good one for you. Hopefully Serena's thinking of somebody in Victoria. Hopefully you guys are thinking of somebody that you know. It sounds like your great grandma. Okay. So, I want you to start under this list of people, if you might have a few names here. Let's just put possible topics here. We're gonna set this up the way we've been doing this, but this is coming from your own head. So memories, basically. So possible topics about your person. So I'm gonna list a bunch of them, but you circle the ones. You're only gonna need 3 because this is 3. This is actually okay. Let me back up.
Technically.
Did you look
because
ahead?
I might have had like 10 extra minutes waiting for my dad to finish. So I might have looked ahead. Not that far.
So you still only need 3 topics for your body paragraphs. And then the introduction and the conclusion is going to be different. Technically, this is a 5-paragraph assignment, but I'm only having you guys write 3 this week.
What?
The body. Are you sad about that?
Oh,
No, I thought you were saying we weren't gonna do the
No,
other two.
and then next
Yeah,
week we'll
that's
talk
what
about
you said.
introduction and conclusion.
Okay.
Depending on the time. I don't know. We might have time. We'll see what
I
time
don't
it
know
is.
if would a couple of photos of presidents change your mind?
Oh my gosh. So possible topics could be like where they're like early life. We know that one whenever we write about somebody. Where were they born? What was their childhood like? Maybe what was life like? Like the world, like for your older grandparents and stuff. It was so different.
Dinosaurs.
I'm just gonna put growing up. Education, maybe did they go to, like my dad actually was like Little House on the Prairie status, 1-room schoolhouse where they had like kindergarten all the way through 12th grade in one room, and they just all learned together. And yeah, that type of, it's crazy. They don't do that anymore. So education, maybe hobbies would be a good topic. Accomplishments, if they're, you remember what your great grandma, did she work or was she mostly?
She was a nurse.
Oh, she was a nurse. Okay, that's cool. So she
Yeah,
probably has
and
some
then
good stories.
they moved a lot because my great grandpa was in the army. So
Oh, okay.
Germany and Vietnam and all over.
Wow. So that could be its own, I guess you
Like-
could put that in growing
Yeah.
up. Maybe their faith. Are they Christians? What is their faith like? How they met their spouse, if they're married. I'm just gonna put how met spouse. That's a good start. Their family, if they had any kids. So basically these become your body paragraphs. So you really only need to pick 3 of these. Pick 3. I'm gonna put 3 here.
Oh, I just remembered. My other teacher, the one of the program that we do.
Yeah.
Her husband actually had to change his last name because he has ties to the mafia.
Oh.
So. Yeah,
Seriously?
I'm serious.
Wow.
He's a police officer down here in Tashkent.
Oh, what's his name?
Mr. Cataldi. I don't know his first name.
Oh, they go to our church.
Oh, okay.
I told
Interesting.
you, I don't have an imaginary friend.
I never know, Oliver. I never know. I know. All right, so let's get out a clean sheet of lined paper for your outline here, just so you have plenty of room. Did you guys get all that? Can I erase that? Here, let me hold this up so they can see it better. There's your list of possible topics. Okay. We're gonna use Roman numerals 1 through 5 actually. So But we're gonna save the introduction and conclusion until the end. So Roman numeral 1, I forget how many numbers go under this, hold on.
4. With 5 and 6 being optional.
Hopefully they give some.
Actually, it's 1 through 7, 6
Oh.
and 6 and 7. Oh, you're excited. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 and 7 are optional. This is gonna be the introduction. So in the margin, just put intro. And then Roman numeral 2. Oh my goodness, moaning back there. At least you're writing about somebody you know, so this should be pretty easy. Easier, excuse me, than the other one. 2, 3. Six and 7 are optional. 4, you guys remember how to do a 4? Ivy. And then 5 is just a V. Same thing, go all the way to 6 and 7, but this one in the margin you can put, and you can use the back of your page if you need to. Can you squeeze all that on there?
I might use another page.
Yeah, you might want to erase that, and I should have told you ahead of time. If you don't have enough room, Oliver, to put them side by side, I would go to the back. Gotta squeeze the words in though.
Fine, I got this.
Okay. You don't have to do it all on one page. This is gonna be conclusion. I'm just gonna put CONCL for conclusion there in the margin for 5. So that's how a 5-paragraph essay is set up. I know we did this last year. So we start with the body, then we do the conclusion, and then we do the introduction last. It actually is easier that way.
How do I grab someone's attention? I know someone who has ties to the mafia. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's an attention getter for sure. But we're gonna do that in a minute. We're gonna focus on, so if you picked your person, which it sounds like you guys did, you can put great grandma and then her name, or G and her name, and then a couple words about the topic that you choose if you want to do early life. Did you pick your topics yet? Of what you know, I guess of what you already know. You might need to interview, so we might not be able to fill them.
He only came, like a couple times, like during class, not for like, like the police, like, hey, this is that, whatever, but like usually, Miss Beth, or Miss Catalde, I'll call her Miss Beth. 'Cause,
Okay.
she'll drop off like the keys for her husband, and then he'll pick them up, but so, last year we had something called the word of the day, so, right, one of us would say like hope or something, right, and he would like, that was the word of the day, I guess.
Oh.
So, but I don't really know much else about him, because I haven't met him a lot, so.
So he's married to a teacher that you had at one
Yeah.
point?
No, I
Oh.
still have, yeah.
Oh, you still have? Oh, okay. Well, you could see if he would let you interview him if you, let's talk about the interview. Okay, let's get out actually another piece of line paper, or actually the back of the one we did earlier. That would work here. How much room do you have?
There, maybe grabbing up feet.
Oh, that was last.
That's, okay, how much room do you have? Yeah, maybe on the back of that. Interview questions, let's talk about that. I'm just gonna squeeze it in right here. Interview questions. Let's just list the top 6 question words. You guys remember those from when we did picture writing? We already know the who. Well, hold on, before we list that, try to think of how we can do this here. Because they want you to cycle through who, what, when, where, why, how. Let's put those. You might need them. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Those are the big 6. We know those. Extra questions can be, Um, best, like what was the best part of your life? Maybe that would be a good question. Best. What was the worst part of your life? That one might be hard to answer, but what problems did you have? How did you solve solutions? These are good questions to ask, probing, questions about their lives. Because it really makes them think, especially if they're older like that, look back and go, yeah, one of the problems we had was we had to go hike in the snow to school uphill. How did
Like
you solve
Grandpa.
that problem?
I had to fight a tiger and a great white shark to get to school every day. Like, okay, calm down.
What is something you valued in life? Or maybe something that was significant. I'm just making a list of words, but you can turn those into actual questions. And I recommend before you call them that you write out all of your questions so that you know ahead of time before you call them. So you're not trying to think on the fly like that. You might think of questions as you go because maybe their answers will trigger a question that you can ask. But I would have a notebook with you or a lined piece of paper and just start taking notes. Or if you're better at typing while they're talking, you can get on a Google Doc or Word doc or something and just type as they talk. If they're long talkers, you can record them maybe. But I think this will be a fun assignment for you to get to know somebody in your family like that and ask those questions. I would pick your topics ahead of time if you can. If you already know there's something interesting about them, their accomplishments or something like that, but you may not know your topics until you start talking to them and you're like, oh, that would be a good topic because maybe they go off on, I don't know, their experience growing food or something, I don't know, because they had things called victory gardens. Have you heard of those before? So yeah, and during wartime, they had what was called victory gardens, and that's what they grew and traded with neighbors, and they just grew their everything they needed and traded with the people to get other things. So war times was definitely a challenge. Just feeling unsafe, but then not having access to food or water or gas. So how did they get through that? Those are some ideas. So we have 15 minutes left. And I'm thinking this is one of those assignments where,
We just get about done.
yeah, I wish you could start, but you can't really start until you kind of
Actually,
know
figure
more.
it
Yeah.
out. If I could talk to Miss Beth for his phone number, like, can I get your husband's phone number so I can interview him?
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Or I could just say it like the worst way possible. Can I get your husband's phone number?
I know this is
I mean,
awkward,
I
but
don't-
yeah. It's almost like you're writing a newspaper article about him, but would it help to write out some specific questions? Rather than just those thoughts, like what was it like when you went to school? Something like that. What was it like?
That's some mafia. Did you ever rat them out? Is it true that Italian mafia members actually grow their own potatoes?
Oh, that's a good one. You can put this somewhere on your page. What was it like when you were a kid?
So were they influenced to be mafia members from the TV show The Sopranos, or were they just mafia members?
It had to have been. I'm curious to know what his answer will be about that. And you know what? Honestly, Oliver, I don't know how much he'll share with you because mafia is like,
Yeah.
Confident.
well, yeah, they don't want it to.
Be
So
spread
I don't know
everywhere.
if he would interview with you. Honestly, I don't want you to get
Hold on.
hurt.
I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Like
I
I'm
mean,
oh, okay, hold on.
it's like you're uncovering like stuff that probably isn't supposed to be uncovered.
I probably won't ask too many questions. So who's in the mafia? What does the mafia do? Just everything?
I wonder if he even knows that his wife said that he's in the mafia.
She said that multiple times. Yeah, he probably does.
So I guess a start would be like, your wife is my teacher, and the other day she mentioned that you were in the mafia. I don't know. Ask your mom. I'm worried about that. Like, still in the mafia or used to be?
Used to. So, I don't know.
I'd be curious though too. Is like, did you have a secret handshake and what kinds of stuff did you have to do? I mean, did he have to
Did
like?
you have to not to the beat of a certain
Because
song?
mafia, like, they kill people, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna get hunted. I'm just asking some basic questions for school.
Did you kill anyone? What do you ask?
As a
I don't
police
know.
officer, I don't think you can become a police officer if you accomplished a murder.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
probably.
actually, you could ask him police officer questions. That'd probably be safer. Like, what is the strangest
Case you've had.
crime or case that you've ever been a part of? Like, the weirdest one,
remember,
or I don't know.
I could ask him about the recent one with the Nazarene Church.
Okay,
Okay.
what happened there? I forget.
Pastor's a pedophile.
Oh, that's the most recent one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he probably can't say much about that either
Yeah, probably not.
because they're still investigating that.
Yeah,
That's
and it was
awful.
bailed. I don't know.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It's really awful.
I've seen a lot of YouTube documentaries about like pedophiles and things.
That's not good.
All of them. There's so many now. I remember I
Oh,
used
yeah.
to watch this one guy on YouTube, right? I really liked them. Not in that way. But then I found out he was a pedophile. I'm like, crap!
It's just really just heartbreaking. And it's also just sick that these people get so twisted like that, you know? They get caught up in evil. And it's almost like they don't see it. It's like they don't see that it's evil anymore. It's just what they do. And it's like, man, it's bad. But anyway, yeah, probably not pedophiles. Let's not go there. But
So you can't ask questions about the mafia.
no,
Tell me about the police.
police, maybe past cases, you know, like
far back.
far past.
Want to know any cases that we had in here in Tehachapi? It's mostly
Yeah.
a town.
Yeah, there's not a lot that happens here other than like maybe theft every once in a while at Walmart. Somebody's like running away with the cheese.
Stole a candy bar.
Yeah. I have a friend up here who's a cop, but she works in Bakersfield because
Oh.
there's a lot more stuff going on in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I think it's good that we're brainstorming. That's going to save you time later. So, for you, other questions? Let's see. Get back, like, this would be like his early life questions, but maybe about school. I think you already had one about school too.
Yeah.
So you could do one that's early life, one about his school, maybe his hobbies. What
Did you ever sell drugs?
what were your hobbies, or what are your hobbies? Either way, because I'm sure they've changed.
Maybe I can do you know, back when the TikTok ban was happening, it's like, are you like Chinese? No, I'm Singaporean. Like all that. It's keep like,
Oh.
are you related to this?
Oh.
Are you associated? It's like, oh, bro, you just said no.
What career did she work, or was she stay-at-home mom maybe?
Well, she worked until they got married, I believe, and then she was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay,
I haven't heard enough stories.
that's okay. Or did you, how about, this is better. Um, did you work and maybe where? How did you meet? Grandpa? Great grandpa? I'll just put a blank here, so obviously it's gonna be different for both of you.
Hmm.
Obviously, as you're asking these, you're gonna think of other questions, like I said, like she might have moved around a bunch, you know, before they settled down, and what was it like living different places, and those are the basic topics. Can you think of any other
I remember
questions?
Miss Beth told me their like last name before they got it changed. It's similar to like Catalde, but like you had to change the letters. So
Oh.
it's like it's hard to like realize it's them, but at least it sounds somewhat similar, so you can still respond to it.
Oh, okay.
I keep thinking like Cassandra or something, but I don't think that was.
Oh, I don't know. That's interesting. Well, think about it, because it could even be somebody closer, younger in your family too. It doesn't have to be somebody outside of your family. So, all right, so we'll look at the introduction and conclusion. But you're not gonna be able to fill this out until you know what your topics are gonna be for sure. And you're probably not gonna know that until you actually interview. So look at page 143 in your binder. We'll just look at it ahead of time so you can see. Right here where it says restate the topics. Those are from that long list that we made earlier, like early life and hobbies and blah, blah, blah. You're gonna pick 3 of those only. And you're gonna write a sentence or 2 about each topic. This is in the conclusion. So basically you think of it, and I know I talked to you guys about this last time, but the introduction and the conclusion match. They're really close. They have a lot of the same words in them. And then the middle, so you're basically saying, this is what I'm going to talk to you about. And then you tell them. And then you say, this is what I just told you. So it's repeating, but it actually, it makes it complete. It's like a sandwich, the bread on the top and the bottom and everything in between. So you're telling them what you're going to say, then you tell them it, and then you tell them again at the end. So you're also going to think of as a conclusion here, and this is a good one, most significant and why. What is the most important, most interesting, or most significant thing to remember about all that you wrote about, and why? So as you're asking them these questions, what stood out about them? There's got to be something you're like, what? There will be, because we don't know everything about everybody. When you start asking questions, you start learning stuff, and it's like, wow, that's interesting. So keep track of what that is, because that's going to be your most significant. And then you're going to tell why. You're going to use the word because, and then tell why somebody. You guys both had a weird look on your face for a second.
Heard something inside.
Does it sound? Sometimes when those big diesels go by, it's like almost like an earthquake. Rattles the ground. And then if you turn that to the back side, page 144, this is what your introduction is going to look like. And that attention getter, like you were saying, Oliver, start your introduction with a sentence that encourages your reader to continue reading, like that, like something like a random fact that grabs their attention. Like, have you ever thought about what life was like before computers? Could be a question like that. Or have you ever thought about what life would be like before electricity? Before bathrooms? Because my dad had to go outside down the way to the outhouse, use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Was he in those like little Scrooge pajamas?
Probably.
Little candle and the
Probably, yes. I don't know, but that's good. And then you're going to tell a little bit about the background, tell your reader what the subject of the composition is about by making a general statement about the subject, like something about your great grandmother. You can say her name is my great grandmother, and I'm about to tell you about her life, or something like that. And you can use personal pronouns like that, I and me and you, because this is personal. This is somebody you know, so that's okay to include yourself in here. Provide background information that you think would be interesting or important, and then like when they were born, where they were born, those are the kind of background information. And then it's going to flow into your topics. Your topics and your introduction by listing the topics you wrote about in your body paragraphs. Highlight or bold the topic keywords. So it's just giving you a little outline to use. Attention getter, background, topic, A, B, and C. I don't know. I feel like you guys can do that. Because you did it last year. Do you think you could do all 5 paragraphs this week? Because you're.
I'd say two body paragraphs.
No, we got to do either 3 body paragraphs or all 5 paragraphs. That's what I'm trying to decide here.
I think we could do all 5.
Audrey's like on it. I bet if Serena were here and
Like
Victoria,
this.
they'd be like, yep,
Yeah.
we can do it.
Um,
You might be a little behind though, so because
a
you're.
little. It's gonna be
Come on, Oliver.
50. I'm still owe you homework.
What's the next assignment? Think ahead.
The next one is one like this, but
Oh, a personal adventure. A personal
but
adventure.
we also have to write 5 paragraphs for that.
Yeah.
So I think it's just getting right from here, Oliver. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
True,
tell me
true.
how I'm gonna spread a birth defect over 5.
Let's, okay, I, let me think, how am I gonna do this here? Because I haven't seen Serena's or Victoria's paper yet either, so let's just do the 3 body paragraphs. But if you want to work ahead, you know what to do. I'm not gonna stop you. That goes for everybody. If you want to go on to 5 paragraphs, you can. Because the next one's gonna be pretty easy, and then we can catch up on that one. It'll be all 5 paragraphs the next time, so. Deal? All right. I couldn't help you much today because you need to do your interview first, so.
My only question is, what device do I use to call him? So when I need to get his phone number, right?
Yes,
So I'll ask my teacher tomorrow.
I was gonna say, do that sooner. Do the interview like as soon as
And
possible.
if I forget it on Tuesday, then there's also a Thursday.
Okay. Tomorrow, no, write yourself a note so you don't forget.
I know, but then again, that's a pretty long day, and then I have to listen to 6th graders that apparently have no clue that they're alive. Because that's in my class. And then
Is this Acorns and Arrows?
yes. And then
Oh.
there's Josh. Oh my gosh. Worst of the worst.
Oh, no. Just disruptive and stuff.
Disrupt.
Oh, that's annoying.
There was someone before him. And I don't know if this was like some Master Oogway Kung Fu Panda situation. Cole was bad. And then Josh somehow got worse and became the Dragon Warrior, being really loud.
Oh, no. Okay, so here's what I recommend though. I'm gonna write this out on Google. The first step is write out your questions. And you should do that soon, like tomorrow. And if you can call them tomorrow or talk, at least get the number tomorrow. Write out the questions, do the interview, answer all the questions, take your notes, and then start working on your body paragraphs from there. Pick out your topics and go from there. Are you guys good? It was a weird lesson, but we're good. I think we're good. Okay. We'll see everybody